Hi everyone. Um, so I'm Dr. Pooja Arora. I am a nutritionist, and today we are here to just give you a little guidance upon how bad eating habits may affect your children's health. First of all, let me all tell you what are bad eating habits or what are good eating habits. Like, how should you start inculcating good eating habits in your children since the beginning? Um, so nowadays the school educates a lot, and we as parents also educate our children a lot about the good food and the bad food since the beginning. But still, unfortunately, India stands second in the obesity rate in the world, which is very, very sad. So there's a reason, there's a lot of exposure to the junk food. There's a lot of, marketing things going on for the packaged food. The children get attracted towards it. And of course, the food is very tempting, it is tasty. This is the reason why the children want to eat junk food more often. But then finally, such food which is processed, which is packaged, which is high in sodium, in sugar, in preservatives, affect the health of children, not only physically but mentally, emotionally. Also, there are many challenges that children face because of the bad eating habits. So, not talking about the bad eating habits, but talking more about good eating habits. What are the good eating habits that should be inculcated in our kids since the beginning? Good eating habit means you are feeding your children with all the good food in good proportions at regular intervals, and a child is able to develop a good relationship with food, a conscious relationship with food since the beginning. um, since the beginning, a child should be made to sit and eat the food. We see many mothers, they feed their babies while the babies are playing, while they are running here and there. This makes it easy for the mothers, and they find it, this is an excuse that they feed healthy food to their babies while the babies are busy in other activities. But this is actually not a good eating habit. You may find it difficult for a day or 2 days or maybe 4 days, but since the beginning, make your baby sit down and eat the food. The focus of the baby, the concentration of the baby should be on the food only, and the baby should not be distracted towards any activity or any gadgets. So, by doing this, the child will gradually come in more connectivity with the food, like what food is he eating, what is the taste of the food, what is the color of the food, what is the texture of the food. And by doing so, gradually he'll develop a good relationship with the food. Also, a child should be encouraged to eat slowly, to chew slowly. Many times, while children are busy with other activities and they just want to finish their food, even mothers want the children to finish their food quickly. The children eat the food quickly, and they do not chew it properly, they just gulp it up. So there are many enzymes present in the saliva that do mix while we chew the food slowly, and that helps with good digestion. So it's very important that children develop slow eating habits since the beginning. So yeah, these are some of the things that should be taken care of since the beginning. Eating slowly, eating only while sitting, enjoying the food as a family, and not cribbing about the food. So we actually got some questions earlier on this application, and one of the question here is, how can I control junk craving in my 6-year-old? All right. So junk food is very addictive because it has a lot of sodium content in it. It has a lot of sugar content in it, which makes it very addictive. More you feed the baby with the junk food, more the babies would want to eat it more. So, how do we control it? First of all, give regular meals to your children at regular intervals. If the children are left hungry for a longer period of time, when they turn very hungry, they would want to eat the junk food which is actually tastier. So rather keep a check that they are eating at regular intervals, three major meals like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and two to three snacks in between these major meals. If the food pattern is scheduled this way in the kids, uh, they would tend to eat more of healthy food and they won't be very much diverted towards the junk food. So, yeah, feed your babies with the healthy food at regular intervals and try making the healthy food tasty by adding all the colors, like all the colored vegetables, the colored fruits, including a variety of healthy food range in your kids, and making the food interesting will help your kid indulge only in the healthy food, and junk food, fast food could be given once in a while. So here's the next question. My 5-year-old loves to add cheese to all his food. How can I manage? And can I give him cheese on demand? All right, so actually, cheese is not the culprit, but the things we combine with the cheese that makes a deadly combination. Like mostly, cheese is combined with the refined flour things like pastas, pizzas, burgers, sandwiches. The refined flour actually is a culprit for bad health. So cheese should not be combined with refined flour. Rather, you can make healthy wraps for your children. You can make wheat ka roti, add a lot of vegetables, and add little bit of cheese to it. Make good wraps, and you can feed them to your kids. That is a healthier version because cheese actually contains good proteins, which can be a good source for your kids. We all know that protein is very important during the growing phase. So, cheese could be a good option, but only if not combined with the refined carbohydrates. Here, I get the next question. What quick and healthy food can I offer my 10-year-old for breakfast during school as he keeps on binging biscuits in the breakfast? So, first, on the first case, do not bring packaged foods to your home. Biscuits, cookies, they're all highly addictive and they are not going to do any good to your children. So, don't get these things often to your home. What healthy breakfast could you give to your children? Well, there's a huge range. You can make vegetable kebabs, you can make the vegetable wraps, you can give them paneer rolls, you can make poha, upma, chilas of dal or besan, again a good source of protein. You can give them chana chaat, sprouts ka chaat. So these are all healthy options. You can give them millets ka roti, you can give them stuffed parathas, you can give them theplas. So all these traditional breakfasts, which we used to have in our childhood times when the exposure to the junk food was less. So these are the healthier options that could be given to kids. Also, you can give them dry fruits and nuts, which they can munch upon whenever they are hungry. And you can also give them chana and peanuts, again, good source of protein and good fats. Also, when the kids are hungry, you can offer them colorful fruits, you can give them Greek yogurt, you can give them nuts. So, these are the healthier choices which could be offered to children. Here I get the next question. What health problem is my kid prone to when having too much of junk food or outside food? So, all the lifestyle disorders. Nowadays, unfortunately, we see a lot of kids aged, 12 to 16 or 18 years, where they are facing the problems of diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, PCOD, thyroid issues. So these are the diseases which we used to see in late 40s, but nowadays the kids are suffering from these disorders, and all thanks to the junk food. So, if a child is eating a lot of junk and processed food, he is prone to these disorders, hormonal disorders. Also, We do see a lot of hyperactive kids these days. That's also a result of eating a lot of high sodium food or high sugar food that leads to hyperactivity, lack of concentration, memory issues. So, not only physical, not only obesity or weight gain, but also mental disorders are also the result of a lot of junk eating. The next question here is, what are the factors that lead to frequent junk craving in kids? All right, so this we already discussed that when a child is not fed properly at regular intervals, when the child is left hungry more often, he craves for the food that he likes, and obviously the junk food is made that way that it's very tempting. So kid wants to have junk food more often. More he has the junk food, more he craves for it. So this is the basic factor that leads to the craving again and again. So rather you should be feeding your kids with the healthy food at regular intervals, and make the food more interesting. Take your kids for shopping for the groceries or food items. More you will activate your kids in the shopping, in the cooking process, more they would be interested to have that food as a family. They would get the feeling of accomplishment that they had been a part of the shopping of the healthy food, or in the cooking of the healthy food. If they are very small, you can at least ask them to lay the table. So these habits since beginning help children develop a good relationship with food. Also, it's very important that you encourage your kids to be physically more active. Nowadays, the gadgets are a big temptation, and most of the children are very much addicted to gadgets because they are physically not very active. They are just sitting all the time. Their mind gets diverted to the food very easily. But if the children are physically more active, they are busy playing all the time, which is actually good for their growth too. Their mind is not always asking for food. So, if a child is fed with a good breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 2 to 3 small snacks in between, that should be enough. But nowadays, the kids want to eat the food more often, the frequency is more, the portion sizes have also increased. So this is also very important to teach portion sizes to the food, to the kids. Like most of the mothers serve with a big serving of food to their kids, so that they finish it off, they keep full for a longer period. But this is actually not a good habit. Serve with a small serving, let them eat, let them finish it, and if they want, only then you serve with the next serving. By this way, they'll be able to get an idea of what hunger is and how much food is appropriate to suffice their hunger. So it's very important to teach portion sizes as well. Stay away from the junk food. Also, as a family, the kids learn not what we say, but they learn by observing. So I would like to request all the parents that not only you keep on saying the kids about healthy eating and junk eating, but you as a family should take the responsibility where you all are making healthier choices. Then your task becomes very easy. You won't have to keep on telling your kids to eat healthy, but they are going to observe you, how you are eating, what you are eating, how active you are, and they are going to imitate you. So to raise healthy kids is very important that we as a family take this responsibility. um, I guess yeah, we are done with the questions. Thank you. Thank you.